Sound check.
Hi there everyone, Dr. Dan here with another Voice Essentials vocal pit stop, and today I'm going to start a 4-part series. I think that's what we'd call it. And we're talking about developmental pathways. And this can be applied to virtually any learning pathway, anything that you're learning to do. But of course, we're here at Voice Essentials, we're going to focus it in on your singing. And there are 4 parts to this 4-part series. That makes a lot of sense, Daniel. The first part is we start off as being unconsciously incompetent. We're going to talk about that today. Then we get to the next stage, which is consciously incompetent, and that's a very frustrating stage. The next stage, which most of us settle for, but we probably shouldn't, is being consciously competent, and the 4th stage is unconsciously competent. In each one I'm going to give you something to do, a little piece of homework that you can do to help to motivate you along that pathway, because if you camp at any one point, you're actually killing off your learning. You're making yourself just sit down and become comfortable with what you've achieved, and we know that, you know, if you stop moving, well, your learning is dead. It hasn't gone anywhere, and I want you to keep moving. I want to keep motivating you forward. And so the first stage that we discuss is unconsciously incompetent. And we can really describe this as being blissfully ignorant to where we are currently at. And that's actually how most students step into my studio. They are wonderfully ignorant to just how much their voice is about to develop. It's a very comfortable place to be because we don't know what we don't know. But of course, if we want to move forward, if we want to develop, we need to move beyond being, you know, blissfully ignorant, being unconsciously incompetent, into the next stage. To move from that first stage to the next sometimes takes an external source, an external motivator to encourage us and push us, kind of give us that little push, that motivation to take a step and to step into what is the next phase. We'll talk about that next week, into being consciously incompetent. And so here's your piece of homework. In fact, I've got 2 pieces of homework for you. The first is, I want you to sing a song for a friend. Now, it needs to be a trusted friend, whether it be a close family member or someone who you really trust. It might even be your singing teacher, to really trust and say, I'm going to sing this song for you, and then I want you to tell me something I don't know about what I just did. Now, that's an important thing, something you don't know about how you're going with that piece. And it needs to be something that you need to improve on. This is a very vulnerable piece of homework for you to do. It's a challenging piece, and don't do it until you're ready to do it, because sometimes it can be a bit scary to be exposed to that which you are unaware of. And so I want you, that's a piece of homework, and you can leave a comment in the notes sections below. Let us all know how you went with that piece of homework. And the second piece of homework for this week is, I actually have an article about the developmental pathway. I'm going to leave it in the notes sections below, a link to it, and I want you to go and have a read of it, because over the next, as I said, this week and the next 3 weeks following, we're going to be talking through the developmental pathway. And I want us to all be on the same page, so that you really know what we're going to be getting up to over the next month. And so I hope this is going to be a really positive process for you and your learning. I am so keen to see you realise the full potential of your voice, and for that to happen, we need forward momentum. You cannot steer a parked car. I went to say you cannot park a parked car. No, that would be quite redundant, wouldn't it? Nonetheless, if this is your first time here at Voice Essentials, we would love for you to subscribe and join our ever-growing family of singers from across the globe who, just like you, want to raise their voice in song. Until I see you in the next Voice Essentials video, which will actually be on Thursday. Don't forget, every Tuesday and every Thursday we have a new video. So I'd love for you to subscribe. And until I see you in the next Voice Essentials video, I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.
Sound check.